Hi, it's Sarah here from Crafting and Stamping, and I'm back with our next live. I'm just trying to find the live in the list so that I can see if there's any messages. It doesn't want to let me see it gives me the recorded ones, but I'm wanting the latest one. Let's see. Things seem to be a bit slow today. Okay, it doesn't seem to be playing, so let's see. Hi Lynn, hopefully I'm not breaking up this time. I'm just reading that by seeing it on the actual... sorry, I'm just trying to find you, Lynn, on the live feed. It does not... Hi Sue! Just trying to... Here we go. That's the live feed that I'm wanting. So, oops, you can see a lot of the mess off to one side because for some reason it's not letting me zoom in a little bit, but never mind. Right, so thank you for stopping by again. It's great to have got some company this afternoon, and so we're going to be moving on. So I've shown a couple of projects now. Let me briefly bring them back. So we've had a daffodil card, and we've had the catching butterflies with the sunshine and rainbows. The daffodil was with the large set of sentiments. Just trying to find that now. I can't. So when we get here we go. No, the special moments. So it was the special moments and the daffodil afternoon papers. This time we're going to be mixing the Simply Marvellous papers and the Awesome Otters, and I have done this a little before, so I'm going to show a few examples as well. So what we've got in the Simply Marvellous pack, let me show you these. So this is a pack again of 48 sheets of 6x6, and you get all these beautiful papers. So you're going to get the marbled look on one side, well, it's marbled both ways, and that on the other side. And you'll see that we've actually got a bit of a mix of colours. So we've got things like the balmy blue with the misty moonlight. We've got Pool Party with Coastal Cabana. We have got Blushing Bride with Flirty Flamingo. We've got, where are we? Highland Heather with Gorgeous Grape. We've got So Saffron with, where are we? So Saffron and Bumblebee. And then we've got Smoky Slate with Basic Grey. So those are the papers that you've got, and if you're using those paler papers, you can mix them very nicely with the colours that we've got on the other side. So they work really well. And I have been mixing these a lot with the Awesome Otters. The reason being, just take things out of the way, that these papers, and I like both the Coastal Cabana and the Misty Moonlight, I think they work really well as water backgrounds for these otters, both colours. I do look forward to using this one a bit more, because to me this screams a certain chocolate bar. So I'm wanting to use that, but they just look so beautiful and creamy. Really love these papers. And the cool thing about these is that these other sides are pale enough, and particularly you've got pale patches within them, that you could stamp a design direct to the paper. So you could actually put something on there, possibly not that darker area, but there's paler areas on virtually all the designs that you could use for stamping direct to the paper. So that's what we're going to be using, and I'll show you what I mean about having used these a lot. When I did our tutorial bundle this month, I used the coastal cabana with the little otter and used it as well on the little box. So that's what I've done there. Now I'm also using the doilies again, and again I have been using the doilies a lot with these. So I've made this one previously and had him coloured true to form, and I've made this one and not coloured him but coloured the little party hat, and both of those have got doilies in the background. So what I'm going to run you through now is this little card, but I'm going to do one in pink because I think that these papers are absolutely ideal for monochromatic designs. So if this is your first time with me, I'm just going to run briefly through the fact that if you place an order with me today using the host code, and I haven't put it below, I'll get that sorted out. If you place an order with me of a minimum of £45, then as well as the products that you choose, as well as the Sale-a-bration product that you choose, and these are free with a £45 purchase, then you are also going to get, where have I put that? You're also going to get a make and take pack from me. Things are getting a bit lost around here. Right, I'll come back to that because I've mislaid my make and take pack. So let's see, let's get on, and we'll get on with it and see. So I'm going to show you a monochromatic card, and I am going to be using this pattern of the Marvellous paper, Simply Marvellous paper. We have got, we could use either side, and I've trimmed a piece for the front cover, and the edge of it that was there, or there, that was actually there, is actually going to go on the inside on the insert. So I'm going to save that, pop that to one side. Hi Sue, I can see that you're commenting, thank you, and saying hello to Lynn as well, so thank you. Right, so I am going to use the darker colour. It's great that the pack gives you the colours because then you know what to work with. So I've taken a basic grey Heart and Home doily. I'm just going to put that to one side. And we've got a die cut circle. And I need to get my otters. So I'm going to grab the one in the water. And I'm going to grab the It's Birthday Time. Now I'm going to show you that it can be a little bit tricky to stamp the sentiment and the otter onto here. I've had a bit of practice, so what I'm going to do is, if you get the make and take pack, and I've found the make and take packs, they were directly in front of me, so this is the make and take pack. So that's one that's ready there. Colours may vary. So like I say, I've had a bit of practice. I'm going to put 2 of these circles in so that you've got a chance, if it goes wrong, you can do it again. So I'm going to pop this on. I'm going to stand up as I usually do and stamp this across the middle. The tricky thing is getting it on without going too far down. So there we are. Like I say, I've had a bit of practice at this. Then I'm going to take my otter, and it doesn't matter if some of this doesn't stamp direct onto the circle. So I'm making sure that my sentiment is straight, and then stamping him just below, or her, as it probably is this time. So there we go. And that's nice. Thank you, Lynn. Say hi to Sue. I love how friendly our bunch are. Right, so I've done that. Now, I wanted to show a different way of colouring in. We, of course, have got our markers, and we've also got our blends. But a third way of colouring, and I've used it here, is to use our blender pens. This is old packaging. I can tell you I've had these for quite some time. So we can use our blender pens. These can be used to pick up ink from an ink pad. Now what I usually do, and I think I'm going to go with the Flirty Flamingo. I could use Blushing Bride, but I'm going to go with the Flirty Flamingo. And all I do is I get that sort of sandwiched between my palms and just squeeze. And that, when you open it up, oops, has put some ink onto the roof of the palette, roof of the ink pad, for you to be able to use it as a palette. And what I can do, this was clean before I started, I'll show you that at the end as well. So I'm picking up a bit of the ink, and I'm going to start down here where it doesn't matter quite so much. And as you start to colour, the colour will start to fade away. Well, this is quite a strong one. You can see that that's starting to fade. You won't get anything like an even coverage, and so I would suggest, and you might want to have practice with this first, I would suggest starting at your outer edge and then drawing the ink in, because you don't want to get a big blotch of colour too close, too far into the face. And you can see that I'm just picking up the lightest bit of colour at the moment, and you can draw that out from the edge. So if you've not got a lot of ink pens, markers, blenders, whichever you might be thinking about, and you want to be able to do a bit of colouring in, the blender pens are not a bad option. So I'm just going to add a little bit darker colour just to even my little otter out, and then I'm going to get a little bit of dark for the ears, and I'm going to come back to this paler bit right at the edge to just add a little bit for the water drops. Like that. And there we go. That is my otter. Right, so Sue says that I keep freezing intermittently, but we're getting an idea of what you're doing. So thank you for that, Sue. The replays do seem to be going fairly smoothly. So lovely to have you here with me, but I understand if you need to catch up with it on replay because you can't be doing with the freezing. So when you've finished, you just need to scribble with your blender pen until it runs clear, and then you'll be able to use it again. So there we go. That's a different way of doing a bit of colouring on a project. So So for this, I'm going to go with that side because I just love these creamy swirls. But you know, that does look quite good too. But yeah, I love the creamy swirls. So I'm just going to adhere this direct. I love the otters as well, so they just, I can't resist them. Keep coming back to them. So, and it's quite nice to do a girly otter, a pink one. So there we go. Now I'm going to take the Heart and Home doily, put a little bit of seal on the back there. Again, you could pop this up on dimensionals first, and I'm just lining up my doily so that I've got it. It's a silly thing and it probably wouldn't matter, but I can tell if it's not even. There we go. And then I'm going to pop some dimensionals onto the back here. Already uncovered one. So if you wanted to, I'm going to put this on central. If you wanted to, you could chop off part of this first. Let me bring back in this one. You can see the idea. So you could chop off part of that and actually put it over to one side instead. But I am going to go central for this. And then I'm just going to take some of the beautiful new iridescent rhinestones. And I think with these ones, I'll put the trio in a line. And, oops, okay, come on. I think that's about right. These are so gorgeous. Come on. That's it. A little bit of plastic on me. There. So we'll have them in a little row down there. You can see that I scattered them on this one, a little row on this one. So I'm now going to take my insert. Absolutely so. As the doilies are white on the back, you can colour them whatever colour you want. So, for example, if you, you know, find that you're not using so many of the cinnamon sugar, I've gone through the Misty Moonlight pretty quick and the basic grey is starting to dwindle. I've probably got more of these left at the moment. Then you can turn that over and put that on. So thanks for that, Sue. Yep, quite right. And grab my otter set again. And I'm going to get the Utterly Awesome sentiment. And I think of this one as my cheering otter. So what I'm going to do now, if I find my block. So I'm going to use the Flirty Flamingo again because the Flirty Flamingo is a shade darker than the Blushing Bride. So there we go. Of course you could go with black, but I quite like having the pop of pink. So we'll go with that and then we'll grab our little otter and going to just stand him over here, about there. As always, I'm stamping first and then putting on the strip of DSP. So, like I say, this is a little similar to some of the other ones that I've done recently. There we go, and pop that inside. go. Press from the back so that I don't smudge my ink. And we've got a little girl otter to go with our little boy otter. So cute, so cute. So like I say, if you get a make and take pack, the colour may vary. That's a case of what we've got. So there's our little cute otters. Like I say, you can colour with the blender pens and get something that's a little bit more real. Dead cute. And where are my other projects? Bring in those as well. So lots of cute otters, but these papers are really useful, make a wonderful backgrounds, and great for projects involving sweeties and chocolate, I've got to say. Right, so I'm going to be back again at 4 o'clock with our last project today, and for that one I'm going to be focusing on the Hello Friend, which is the bundle of papers and a stamp set. So I'm going to be covering that on our last session. If you'd like to participate in the competition, then please do pop your entries in the comments, because I'm going to be drawing that shortly after 4 o'clock. So that's the entries will close then. So I'm afraid we've not had as many games, not too many people sort of chatting and taking part, so I've limited that side of things. So I'll be back at 4 o'clock. Any questions, then please comment in the feed and I will try to answer them. Thank you for stopping by.